What's going on? It's your boy Frawls14 back again for another video. Today we have week 5 of the ICBA and we're up against Murk and his burglar Kinglers. So most of you will know Murk. He's a very good league battler, up there with the best, I'd say. He's got a pretty healthy sub amount on YouTube, much more than me. He's on top of his division 4-0, I think plus 17, so it was always going to be a very tough matchup for us. So his team consists of Manaphy, which is on top of the MVP, Scolipede, which is scary setup, Chestnut, one of his changes, Metagross, which does a lot to my team, Snorlax, Toxicroak, Eldermomola, that fat thing, Alola Persian, Golurk, Deoxy Speed, which is scary, and Zapdos. So his team is really good. He's got threats like Manaphy and Deoxys, and then he's got really good support in Persian, Chestnut, Scolipede. So our matchup isn't very good this week, I must admit. And then when you pair that with one of the best league battlers going around, very confident guy, he's on top of his game. Yeah, it's going to be a real big test, but we'll see how he goes. So we'll get into the team builder. So the first mon is Tapu Lele. So he does have a few okay answers to Tapu Lele. If we go, the set is a choice specs Moonblast, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt with we're a modest set, max special attack, a little bit in defense and a little bit in Spadef. This is so I can take a hit from stuff like Manaphy. Even Eldermomola won't be doing anything to me. It won't anyway, but it does even less, so I can set just fire off specs hits. Obviously I can probably take a hit from Persian and Deoxys if I'm not low kind of HP. If I'm above kind of 50, I could probably take a hit from that. But yeah, it just hits his team. He has to predict switch-ins. Like Metagross is a fairly good switch-in, but if I predict that and do a Shadow Ball, it's going to do heaps. Psyshock and Moonblast is the coverage I need, and then I got Thunderbolt to hit stuff like Manaphy and his water types really hard. So yeah, this set's just pretty much a wall breaker to put holes into his team. Sorry, so my other mons can do work. My next Pokemon is the Thick Club Alola Marowak with Lightning Rod. So I brought Lightning Rod for the Zapdos. Obviously he can bring U-Turn, which he probably will if he does bring the Zapdos, but it's just handy there. It can hard wall that Zapdos and then hit it really hard. It's pretty much, I'm probably going to lead with this Pokemon and set up Stealth Rocks. And I got Fire Punch to hit stuff like Chestnut, even Deoxys pretty hard, even though I got Shadow Bone. Zapdos doesn't take a hit, Scolipede doesn't take a hit, Metagross, yeah, and then obviously Shadow Bone. I got Toxic too, because I know like you probably have a designated switch in, so I can just Toxic that. We've got max defense, a little bit in HP, and the rest in attack, so I'm still hitting hard. Because most of my team is more specially defensive, so I thought I could bring a defensive mon in a Marowak, and I could maybe take hits from the Metagross. I know it has Earthquake, maybe Snorlax, Scolipede as well. They all carry Earthquake, but with this investment I should be able to take a hit or two. Alright, we got our Volcanion. We're carrying Grassium Z, and that was for, if I can remember, stuff like Manaphy and Eldermomola. I expect him to bring both, because they are pretty good against my team and hard walls a lot of my stuff. So if Manaphy comes in, this is my main answer to Manaphy, because if you look through my squad, Murk's Manaphy has been putting in work and it absolutely destroys my team if it sets up a Tail Glow. So I got max special defense, so I can take anything. He might run a hidden power, but we can still take those hits pretty well. Then I got enough special attack that I'm doing like plenty back to it, and a little bit in HP as well. And then we got substitute up, so if he has a designated switch in, we can just sub up on that. And we got Solar Beam obviously for the Grassium Z, and Flamethrower and Steam Eruption is the coverage we need for his team. So if you look at his team, this coverage hits everything except for probably his water types. We've got the Grassium Z for that. Everything else takes a lot to it. We're running more of a bulky set than speed with plus special defense, as he has a lot of special threats like Deoxys and Manaphy. And next set is an interesting Lumberry Horlucha. So I expect, as I said, I expect Alumamola to come and maybe a Toxic or something like that. I expect him to try and Toxic my Horlucha to wear it down, because it actually, in the right situation, it can put a lot of work in. I chose Drain Punch over High Jump Kick for the HP. If I'm up against it, I can Swords Dance up and Drain Punch on maybe an Alumamola or something if the situation is that. I've got maxed attack, so I can just hit extremely hard, and enough speed to outspeed, I think it was Zapdos, yeah, Zapdos, and Manaphy. So I can hit the Zapdos with a Stone Edge, and if I'm Swords Dance, Drain Punch the Manaphy. So that's going to be doing a lot of work as well. The next set is a very interesting Mamoswine set. So I got pretty bulky, a little bit in attack, so I can still fire off Earthquake and Super Powers, and obviously with Mamo's really good attack, it still hits very hard. We're actually max special attack, so this is really weird. You obviously wouldn't see this very often, but we are carrying the Freeze Dry, and this is because if Manaphy is physically defensive, we can, if he's switching in, we can use the Freeze Dry and hit it really hard. And of course, Alumamola is one of the best Mamoswine counters in the game, and it's not taking a max special attack quiet freeze dive from Mamoswine very well. I'd expect him to be physically defensive, and I expect it to be doing over half. So yeah, I didn't do any calcs, but I'm pretty confident it'll be hitting it hard. And then we got the Never Melt Ice to obviously boost that as well. So that will be a really interesting set to see. It probably won't come off, but if it does, it'll be genius. So yeah, that's that set. And my last set is my Roserade. So we're a mix kind of attacking and defensive kind of mix mon. We got the Yachi Berry because, again, I'm very scared of the Manaphy. We got enough special defense where we can leave the Yachi Berry Ice Beam and after a Tail Glow, and we got enough special attack where we can just smack it with a Leaf Storm. We've got the Hidden Power Fire for the Metagross. We've got Toxic for the other mons, and we got Spikes too to put a bit of Spikes pressure on his team. And yeah, if you look at his team, not much wants to take a Leaf Storm. Or I guess like Golurk doesn't take it well, Deoxys doesn't take it well, Persian doesn't take it well, Alumamola doesn't take it well, Manaphy, he does have a few checks to it, but we are also carrying obviously Hidden Power Fire and Spikes and Toxic as well. And then we got enough speed to outspeed, I'm pretty sure it was a Metagross. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And then just Natural Cure was the only thing I really needed. So yeah, that's the team builder. We've got a Specs Tapu Lele, physically defensive Thick Club Marowak. We've got a specially defensive Grassy MZ Volcanion. We got a sweeping Horlucha, max attack. We got a special mixed Mamoswine and Never Melt Ice for the Alumamola. And a Roserade kind of Yachi Berry check for the Manaphy. So if we look through his team, I was expecting Manaphy, Scolipede, Metagross, Alumamola, probably Deoxys and Zapdos. The rest I'm probably 90% sure he's not going to bring. But if he does bring them, they're kind of more role mons, so I should be able to kind of deal with them a bit more. But yeah, that's the team. It's kind of pretty out there team. But it is kind of standard to what I normally bring as well, with kind of bulky Mamo, bulky Volcanion and stuff like that. But there is a few techs in there, so yeah, that's the team builder. We'll get into the battle soon. But yeah, this was our team builder for Murk and week 5 of the ICBA. So as you can see, Murk bought Chestnut, which I wasn't expecting at all. So kind of good prep on his behalf. Deoxys, Scolipede, Metagross I was obviously expecting, Lola Persian I wasn't expecting, and Manaphy, of course, that was coming. So yeah, looking at his team, Metagross, the right set actually runs through my team. Only Volcanion, he'll probably have Earthquake coverage, then Headbutt and Meteor Mash hit the rest of my team really hard. Deoxys is going to be hard to stop. Scolipede, I don't think it will put in that much work. Lola Persian can be annoying with Parting Shot, and Manaphy is just obviously really scary. So we'll get into the battle. We'll go normal speed so I can pause and talk through it. So I lead off my Lola Marowak. he leads off with this Chestnut. So obviously that's a pretty perfect matchup for us. So I'm just going to get... I was pretty sure he was going to switch out. So I set up my rocks, he sets up his spikes. So that led me to believe he might have an Ockerberry or a Sash, because it obviously wouldn't stay in otherwise. So here he goes for a Stone Edge, which does over 50%, so I was really surprised about that as well. We do the Fire Punch and it doesn't kill. He misses a Stone Edge here, which obviously sucked for him, but it didn't really matter anyway, because Alola Marrow could pretty much die next time it comes into anything. But yeah, I watched his video and he was a stash set anyway, so it didn't really matter, but that was a roll to kind of take him out. But so we just take it out next turn. So Marowak gets a kill, luckily. Chestnut's down. So here, obviously, he's most likely either going to go for a Parting Shot or a Foul Play or a Dark Pulse. So I switch out in my Roserade as I can take these hits pretty well. He goes for a Foul Play, does about 36%. So now he does go for the Parting Shot into his Metagross, as I'm pretty sure I set up his spikes. Yep. So here I probably could have switched out and maybe sacked Marowak, but I have no switch-ins at all for this. If he's carrying Zen, Headbutt, Meteor Mash, or Earthquake, he hits my team. Obviously Roserade, I'm pretty much just going to... I chose to sack it off because obviously I know Zen Headbutt's incoming. I can't let Volcanion take damage. Horlucha obviously dies, and Tapu Lele obviously dies as well. So I just go for Hidden Power Fire. I feel he sets up... It is his Rocker as well, which kind of sucked, as he gets pretty much free rocks. So I'm just going for as much damage as I can here, hoping he's not sub, as he Zen Headbutts my Roserade. So Roserade got a layer of spikes, maybe the damage off, but that is gone now. So here, I was deliberating going into either Volcanion or Horlucha. I made a really bad misplay and went for the Drain Punch. I probably should have had high jump kick on this, but I don't think it would have taken it out anyway. But what I should have done was go into the Volcanion and just taken the Earthquake and killed it off, and I would still have my Horlucha alive. So that was a really bad misplay. So I go for a Drain Punch. It only does 27%. And obviously he's going to Zen Headbutt me here, and I'm going to die easily. So Metagross has taken down 2 of my Mons, and here I thought he wouldn't have been running any speed as it's his Rocker, but he did speed creep me, and he does get an Earthquake off, which does over 50%. We are able to kill, so finally the Metagross is down, but it's just punched nearly half my team out. So I probably should have put a bit of speed to outspeed the Metagross, but I wanted to be bulky for the Manaphy, so that was a bad building mistake on my behalf. So obviously now he can easily take me out with any attack he wants. He is Life Orb, which kind of is really scary. So at this point I'm probably lost right now, but I am bulking Mamoswine, so I think I can take a hit. And luckily for us, he does miss a Mega Horn, and we are able to pick up the KO. That probably saved us a lot of differential in this matchup. So he goes into Persian here. So here I was deliberating whether to go for the Freeze Dry, because obviously Persian's more of a physically defensive mon. But I thought I could probably take it out with the Superpower, but how wrong I was. He goes through a Foul Play, does 40%, that's all he needs. I go for a Superpower, he is the Chople Berry, and it only would have done 40% even without it. So that was really bad kind of play on my behalf again. I should have just went for the Freeze Dry and seen how much it did. So here I go into Tapu Lele. So here the game is pretty much done. Like all he has to do is Foul Play and whittle me down a bit. But he does Taunt just to be careful that I'm not Calm Mind or Trick Room or something like that. So we are able to take it down. We get it down to a 2-0, which is really good for us. So here he brings in Manaphy, and I'm thinking he can't take me out, and I am a spec. So I thought if he had no investment, if he was offensive, I could live and take him out. Scald's only doing about 30% as I got a little bit of special defense. So it does 50%, so that's showing me that he is Assault Vest. So yeah, pretty good. Obviously he was very prepared for Tapu Lele, as I'd expect from a good battler like Murk. And here obviously Deoxys can take me out, even though Psychic's not very effective. We've got the Psychic Surge up, and Deoxys is pretty incredible mon. So It is able to take me out, so we GG'd there because it is over. Marowak, even a Choice Scarf wouldn't be able to outspeed it anyway. We are down to 11%, so use the Psychic, and that will be good game. So a 50% Deoxys was standing between us and that W, but in the end I can't be too disappointed because you know, we got it down to a 1-0 when it could have easily been a 3 or 4, and we are playing one of the best league battlers around. I've beaten players like Trev and Razor in the last week, so I did come into this battle thinking I was a chance, but with matchup and just the opponent I was up against, I just wanted to put up a good fight, and I feel even though he did win pretty easily, I put up a pretty good fight. So to go quickly and show you guys what the standings are, so that's Murk there, he's 5-0, top of Akala, and obviously top of our conference. Then there's us, because luckily we got it down to a 1-0, so we get to keep the top spot on the Moon Conference, so that's really good for us. And we are obviously division champions at the moment, so we got second spot, and even if we did drop down, we'd still have a wildcard spot. So Johnny and the Oregon Ducklets as the team, we've got to stay above, so we're a winning percentage or differential above him, so we just got to win next week. And Johnny's got Murk, so it's going to be a really hard game for him to win, so if he loses that. And we got Arky, he's a really good battler, but he's taking over a team that's kind of 1-4. I think it might have been 0-4, and he might have won. I think it was 1-3 or something, and he might have lost last week. But yeah, that's going to be a really tough battle. But if we can get that win, we will be 4-2 and looking pretty good. So massive game next week. Thanks guys for listening. Check out Murk. He's really funny guy, really confident guy, and makes really good videos. And he's a top battler. So if you want to see some good league battles, definitely check him out. Yeah, nice dude as well. So yeah. Thanks guys for listening, and I will see you next time.